So you got an erection. Congratulations! That is great. Bravo. But hold on. On second thought, it doesn't feel quite as strong as it usually does. Usually it's hard as steel, but this time it feels more like it's filled with potatoes. What the f is going on? You're totally turned on, your partner's hot as hell, she is ready for action. Ooh, but your penis feels like your lazy couch potato friend, barely paying attention to the conversation. Bro, it is time to whip that penis into shape so that you can rock her world and feel like the superstar stud you are. And spoiler alert, this video has got surprises, so stick around and find out. Hello, I'm Caitlin V, sex and relationship coach and penis expert. It's true, ask the internet. I am the preeminent expert on penises on YouTube. I dare somebody to come for me and tell me somebody else. It's a crown I wear proudly. Today, I'm explaining what causes weak erections, and then I'm gonna share 5 easy ways to turn your weak erection into the rock hard, powerful sex god sword of steel that you have always wanted and always deserved. First, and very important, we've got to differentiate between a weak erection and erectile dysfunction. A weak erection can happen to anyone, even guys that don't have anything necessarily wrong with them. Chronic ED, however, is an ongoing issue. It's marked by a consistent inability to get erect and maintain an erection long enough to enjoy intercourse. So if you are experiencing continual erectile difficulties, you should speak to a healthcare provider about your treatment options. That said, a weak erection is more like a case of the Mondays for your dick. Its cause can be physiological, like maybe you're pre-diabetic and this is blood sugar related. Or the cause can be emotional, like maybe you just got fired or are under some stress at work. You've got some unresolved issues or hang-ups with your sex partner. This could be solved with just some basic coaching. Check out my high performance male coaching program if you want to have a high performance member between your legs. It could also be circumstantial, like maybe you have trouble staying hard when you put on a condom because of decreased sensation. And lastly, your weak erection could just be a random reminder that your body is getting older, like Roy Kent or any other aging athlete. Sometimes it's gonna move a little slower when it gets put in the game. And then it's gonna rely on Jamie's chart. They're gonna have a complicated relationship. Everybody's gonna grow. At the end, we're all gonna cheer. Everyone gets to be happier and better, satisfying. And can we please get more sex scenes in the next season of Ted Lasso? It's the one thing I really want. I just wanna watch Roy Kent lay pipe. One of the leading causes of weak erections is actually the plaque that builds up in our blood vessels as we begin to age. It gums up the pipes, so to speak, and that prevents quality blood flow to your penis, making for weaker, less erections. But there is a really cool option for treating that plaque in your penis, and that is low intensity shock wave therapy. Essentially, a shock wave is sent into your penis and it travels so fast that it causes a little vacuum behind it. This is a process called cavitation. And with that little vacuum causes little ruptures, little tiny micro traumas. It doesn't hurt, it's not something that you would even notice, but it causes little traumas to the actual plaque and to your actual blood vessels. And what happens is the plaque gets destroyed, your body carries it away, and so do weaker blood vessels. Your body also carries those cells away, and in the process, it begins to build new blood vessels. This process causes a little bit of damage, but it's damage that your body is very capable of healing. So it actually invites your body to come through and heal. And when your body does that, it actually builds back better. What's even cooler about that is that my friends over at the Phoenix created a device that allows you to do this at home. It used to be that you had to go to a men's health clinic and pay a whole bunch of money and spend a whole bunch of time in the car, and maybe you were like even hiding it from your wife or your girlfriend, which I do not recommend. Now you can actually just treat yourself in the comfort of your own home, which is awesome. And if you want more information on that, the link is in the description below. And yes, I do make a small percentage off of every sale from the Phoenix, and I really, really support them. If you are a subscriber to my channel, which you ought to be, you know that I don't do a lot of promoting for other people's stuff, and that's because I got my own stuff that I like to promote because it's dope and I made it for you. And this is one thing that I can actually promise to the guys who have weak erections out there, makes a hell of a lot of difference. And with that in mind, maybe you're not ready to go straight to the Phoenix. Let's talk about 5 other things that you can do to help strengthen your erections. Number 1, strengthen your pelvic floor. Your soft erection might be caused by low blood flow and a weak pelvic floor. It also is the reason that your erection used to look like this, but now it goes gas tank on full. Now it's pointing to like gas tank headed towards empty. The pelvic floor is a community of muscles in your groin. They support your thrusting. They support your sex organs. They support your bladder. Good news to you, I have a whole video on how to strengthen your pelvic floor. Actually, I have many videos on how to strengthen your pelvic floor because it's really important. So check that out for the deep dive. But real quick, after this video, just the next time you go to pee, try to stop your urine midstream. The muscles that you're using to hold that urine back are an important part of your pelvic floor, and they will help you to activate and learn how to strengthen those muscles by tightening them and releasing them. Again, go watch my other videos on exactly how to do that. And good news for y'all who work out, hip thrusts and hip abduction machines can also really help to strengthen your pelvic floor and increase the health inside of your pelvis. Which brings me to number 2. Quit porn and learn patience. If you watch a lot of porn, there is a good chance that you are teaching your body to only get rock hard when presented with increasingly extreme and outlandish porn scenes. So if you spend 6 hours a day watching Slovenian gangbang food fight porn, it is therefore not shocking that you would have trouble getting hard when attempting missionary with your chaste girlfriend. Essentially, you've got to reteach your brain and your balls how to get stimulated by normal ass human touch and real sexual encounters instead of just virtual ones. All right, number 3, go for a walk. Yeah, I said it. That is right. It can be that simple. Walking more can increase the strength of your erections. A Harvard study found that just 30 minutes of walking a day reduced ED issues by 41%. If that is not a good reason to go for a walk, I don't know what is. And while you're walking, why not walk into a local gym and work out a little bit? Throw weights around, get on an elliptical. Your erectile strength is often a reflection of your overall health. So if you are doing cardio and lifting weights, you will be increasing blood flow throughout your body. You're going to be lowering your blood pressure. You're going to see less weak erections and more hard stallion-esque erections. And on that note, let's also talk about booze and cigarettes. Both affect your ability to get and maintain strong erections. So if you are leaning into those vices a little too hard, just think about your penis health and cut back. Number 4, change your sleep habits. Number 1, are you getting enough sleep? Just enough hours per night. But equally as important, number 2, do you suffer from sleep apnea or any other obstruction to your ability to get enough oxygen while you sleep? Because if you don't get enough oxygen in your blood, you have lower nitric oxide levels inside of your blood, and that directly affects your ability to get hard. So if that's you, definitely talk to your doctor, look into those little like nose strips, get a CPAP machine, like whatever you have got to do, because it's actually not just your erections, but your whole body needs a oxygen-rich, regenerative, deep sleep. And last, but certainly not least, number 5, stop wanking off so much. Similar to porn, masturbating too much can cause erectile issues when it's time to perform with a partner. So if you are coming every day or even multiple times a day, it is no wonder you're gonna have a hard time getting hard for actual sex. I mean, your balls and body just don't have an infinite supply of all the fluids that are needed to make great erections happen. So if you are a prolific masturbator. I don't know that I've ever put those 2 words before. Prolific masturbator. But if you are one, it takes a bit of restraint and strategy to be a good sexual partner. So if you know that you're going to have sex soon, you may just plan ahead and refrain from jerking off for a few days, saving all of that energy and fluids and all that for your partner. All right, so now we've isolated some of the causes of weak erections. I've given you some options for addressing them, and your penis is ready to achieve those stallion level erections that you and your partner have always dreamed about. And whether you implement these 5 techniques or not, and I think you should, you can also incorporate the Phoenix into your penis health routine, because a little tune-up is great and everyone wants a super powered, super strength penis. All right, that's it for me today. I'm Caitlin V. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and I will see you here next week. Bye-bye.